Hey there, gang. Welcome back to Papa's Model Workshop. I'm Papa. This is my workshop. Actually, this is out at the slop sink, and we're still working on the ceiling here. You can kind of see it. I'll tip this up a little bit, and you can see that we're still under construction. But this is where the slop sink is, and I am in the process of going through the washing of all the parts in the body and so on and so forth using my Dawn and water. Okay, I'm going to show you an example of what can happen if you don't do this. Now, I was testing some spoons here, and one of the colors that I tested, this is Tropical Glitz. Okay, can you see that? Okay, Tropical Glitz, and this is Sangria Candy. Okay, and can you see how this came out? Now, these spoons were not washed in the Dawn and water. Now, my guess is there was some kind of residue that contaminated that spoon, and yeah, this is the result. So this is the reason why I wash all my parts before I start a build in the Dawn and water solution. Okay, only takes a few minutes, and it will ensure that you don't get this sort of thing happening. Okay. Ultimately, I decided not to go with this color, not because this is contaminated. In fact, what I have here now, that all of the parts for the 37 Ford Coupe, or street rod, whatever you want to call it, now that all of that is done, I am now soaking these spoons in the Dawn and water so we do not end up with this again. Some of the candidate colors that I was looking at for this Ford street rod, here's a few examples on test spoons. Okay, this is a fluorescent red by ProScale. All right, this one is a clear red. This is a candy red by Kaleido. And this is a candy amber by Kaleido. Ultimately, I'll show you what I decided on. It was here a second ago. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. Okay, here it is. Okay, here it is. This is the winner. Winner, chicken dinner. This is clear pink. Okay, and this right here that you see is not a blemish. That's actually the writing on the back that is simply showing through. Okay, if I put my hand there, I think that disappears. But this is the one that I elected to go with for this Ford 37 Ford street rod. Okay, I think that's going to look pretty cool. Okay, so as is my usual procedure when I'm starting a brand new build, I make my color chart of all the colors that I'm going to be using, and then I label all of the bins or containers in my organizer. So let's go back. I'll show you what I've got going on, okay? Okay, so we're back here at the paint bench. Everything has come out of the Dawn and water solution for cleaning and so forth. What I have here is a microfiber towel, all right, and I'm just going to go over everything. Now, my hands were inside that water with the, Dawn mixed in, so my hands are clean. I'm not worried about transferring any oils from my hands back onto my parts, all right? And I'm just going to basically go over all of this by hand with this microfiber towel, all right? What I'm going to do next is I'm going to put this whole thing into the dehydrator, okay? So you can see that this is sitting on one of the grids that go into the dehydrator. Now, a lot of people quiz me about this, saying, well, that's a waste of time. You don't need to do that. Why are you putting your parts into the dehydrator? Well, the reason that I do it that way is because, when you're doing your parts, you have a lot of these little crevices, nooks and crannies and so forth, where tiny little droplets of water could be. So to ensure that I get everything absolutely bone dry and I don't leave any little residue behind, I'll just throw this into the dehydrator for a half an hour, and any little tiny bit of residue that could be left over after I go over this with the microfiber rag will be gone. Okay, so again, I know many of you do not like to do the Dawn and Water wash ahead of starting your build, and I know that a lot of you have went further and said that putting this into the dehydrator is also not necessary. That's fine. You don't have to do that. I simply share with you what I do. All right, so I'm going to continue to go over this with the microfiber, and then I'm going to throw all of this into the dehydrator. Okay, everything has been hand dried with the microfiber cloth, okay? It's all in the dehydrator, okay? And while I'm doing that, those very same spoons that I just showed you, they're in there too. Now, I don't really normally do this with spoons because there's really not many nooks and crannies and crevices on a spoon, but I figured while I'm doing that, doesn't hurt. I'll throw it in there anyway. Okay, so we're going to let that go, and we should be in good shape. The other thing I want to show you is typically I make my color chart. Okay, and this will be taped to the paint bench and the assembly bench. So here's my colors. All right, but there will be a couple of exceptions here, one of which will be this gloss yellow right there, okay? And the other one is going to be this tan color. Now, as I said, I'm going to go with that candy pink as my color, okay? So here's the yellow, all right? So the yellow on here will be crossed out, and we will write candy pink there. The tan is there because the tan would go with the yellow, but since this is going to be a candy pink, I have elected to go with a gray interior. The seats will be gray. I may two-tone the seats and use some of this candy pink color on the seats, but it's important to determine if you're going to do this sort of thing where you have lists made and so on and so forth to determine your colors ahead of time. So then I can cross off this tan and put down gray. Actually, here's what it's going to be. It's going to be Kaleido Trace Gray, and that says RTU down there. That means ready to use, so it goes right out of the bottle. I don't have to do any mixing ratios with thinner or reducer. Okay, so there you go. 37 Ford Street Rod. Okay, let's go over to the assembly bench. Okay, we're over here at the assembly bench, and as is my usual practice, I just showed you my color chart, okay, and actually I have it. Let me move this over here. There it is. I've got it taped right there. Yes, I'm still working on my tank, so there's the color code for the tank, all right, and this is our candy pink, and I'm going to go with the gray interior, and I haven't made up my mind, but I may go two-tone on the seats, maybe even parts of the dash with both the candy pink and this trace gray, okay? I have two spoons here. One is on a white primered spoon, and the other one is on a silver primered spoon. They're very, very close. I don't think it really makes a difference which way I go, either silver or white. They're very, very close. But I think this candy pink with that gray will go very nicely. Okay, so the other thing, if you're a regular follower of my channel, this is what I do. I keep notes. So if I elect to go back one day and duplicate a color on another build, I will be able to go back and look at my notes. I don't have it all written out yet, just started writing it, and I just find that helpful. And then you have a couple of other pertinent little things that you can put in, like the start date and the completed date. We'll go over there when it's completed, scale, the model maker, and so on and so forth. Okay, again, that's just me. I have had some folks say, oh, you're overthinking things, or that's too much work. Again, that's fine. I am not trying to sell anybody on doing things this way. I'm simply sharing the way I do things, okay? And of course, here's our instructions right there, okay? Which we went over, I think, in the previous video. And I'm knocking stuff around here. All right, so the other thing that I do is I put out my organizers, and the organizing bins have all been labeled with the colors that I will be going with. I think what I may do is I am going to take these particular pieces from the chrome tree, and I'm going to paint those wheels and the valve covers right here with this candy pink color. Okay, I think that's going to look pretty cool. Now, is that going to be an accurate depiction of how the car actually was back in 1937, having these rims and the valve covers in this pink color? Maybe not. Okay, but you know, I've mentioned before that many, many years ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I used to be an oil painter. And, you know, the one thing that I learned in being an oil painter is that sometimes you can use something called artist license, which means you can take a couple of artistic liberties. And to me, in my opinion, this is absolutely a work of art, no less artful, for lack of a better word, than painting or sculpture or anything else. I mean, if you stop and think about it, you're assembling your kits, and it's not just assembly. You're sanding and filing and reshaping things and shaping them so things go together properly, and then you're there you go. You're painting it, you're sanding it, polishing it. I mean, this is absolutely under the heading of a work of art, in my opinion. So artist license absolutely applies. And again, is it absolutely accurate to have these wheels and valve covers in that color? Maybe not. But as I've said before, it's your model. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. And if I want to apply just a little bit of artist license to areas like this, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and you can do the same thing with your artistic personality as well when you do your build. Okay, so with that, I think that's going to cover it for this video. Let me quickly remind you that we have NNL East coming up. It's actually coming up, I think, next Saturday. So Wayne, New Jersey, at the Police Athletic League building. Best of the best shows that you can find. I think the Acme show down in Cartersville, Georgia is similar to this. I've never been to that show. I'm hoping to go to that show this coming October, but I know I will be at this show, NNL East, Wayne, New Jersey, on April 25th. Okay, so if you're in the area, stop by there, and you'll really enjoy yourself. I also want to give a shout out to my friend Monty Davis. I just received his shop card, and he wrote some nice things on the back. So, Monty Davis, thank you so much for sending this out to me. I really do appreciate it. Really nice shop card. I love the color on there, and yeah, I appreciate it very much. If you would like a shop card from me, there is my email address right there. Okay, and here is the beautiful Papa's Model Workshop shop card. Okay, and let me give you my sponsor here. There we go. Okay, you can go to Gallery and get 10% off of all your Gallery airbrushes, supplies, equipment, and Kaleido paints. Okay, if you use my discount code right there, PPMW. If you would prefer to shop on Amazon, got you covered there. Okay, there is your Amazon discount code. Okay, again, same thing for Kaleido paints, Gallery airbrushes, products, and equipment. Okay, There is the discount code. It is different from the one I just showed you. And sometimes you have to put in these letters in lower case. Okay. So if it doesn't work this way, do it again in lowercase, should go through. All right. So I think that's going to cover things for now. So I will see all of you in the next video.